What is up, everybody? We should be live. Welcome to chat number 29, the last
Woo!
normal conversation we're going to have. Very excited about that. Day 30 is going to be something special tomorrow, so definitely hop in for that. But tonight is also special because we get to talk to Thrifty TCG, who I have met and seen so often because you go to so many Collecticons that I feel like whatever one I show up at, you just happen to be there.
Pretty much. Pretty
Yeah, so
much.
let us know kind of right off the bat, where can people support you? And then give us a little history on Thrifty.
Sure. I am over on Instagram and eBay thrifty_TCG on Instagram. You can follow me over there. I usually post new stuff I get or pickups, that kind of stuff on my stories. And you can hit me up on there. I do a lot of stuff on eBay and a lot of stuff at shows. That's kind of my bread and butter. I have a good time going on a little vacation, selling some cards, and that's kind of the vibe that I'm on this year.
Nice.
uh, Getting into it is old. The tale is old as time. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I ripped was Jungle First Ed, and back in 99 2000 whatever it was, and I've been hooked ever since. I played the games more so than collected the cards because, like, you're a kid, you can't really, like, buy packs all the time and stuff like that. So I remember I had, like, the clear purple Game Boy Advance, and then, like, yellow and Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I probably have more time in because I was older when I played that game. And then kind of just didn't mess with video games a ton after, like, the Game Boy days.
Okay.
Um, and then I came back for Sun and Moon. I used to watch. It was so crazy. This is so random, but I just thought of it. But I used to watch A Drive on Twitch, and he would do like shiny hunts that were like a week long or something. It was like him and three other guys, and they would just like do 24/7 shiny hunts in Sun and Moon and like all the games after. And yeah, I would just, like, I don't know. I watched that for too long, and picked up Sun and Moon, and kind of that brought me back into the cards in 2016 ish or whatever it is, like right around Pokemon Go and evolutions and all that stuff. So
And you've
that's
been
what
in since 2016, or did you hop out and come back in COVID
I
time?
hopped
Like,
out. Yeah, I definitely hopped out for, like, yeah, a good, like, I guess 2018 to like 2020. I was out, but I should not have been, but I was.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I opened a couple packs in 2016 with the whole Pokemon Go craziness, and I think I hit like a hollow evolutions card, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And then I looked it up, and it was like 6 cents, and I was like, "Okay, I'm out. I'm not. I'm not doing it."
like, yikes, dude.
And I
That's
pieced out. I didn't stay with it at all, and yeah, definitely
yeah.
kicked myself for that.
I mean,
Um,
I got caught in breaking and stuff like that back in the day because I'm, like, a degenerate gambler also. So, I spent a lot of money on that stuff back then. It wasn't great, but, I got some
yeah,
cool stuff out of it.
yeah. The shiny hunting is something that I probably could never do myself because you need like an insane amount of patience to just
It's,
reset over and over again. But
I
when
mean,
they finally hit the shiny, it's pretty awesome.
it's like, yeah, it's a hype ass moment, but, like, also, like, that's the resetting is so tilting. I can't even watch those. Like, it has to be like a random encounter shiny because,
Oh
like,
yeah,
otherwise I'm like, I'll it's just not fun to watch that,
yeah,
basically. Like, the cut scene or whatever you have to watch for every, like, reset. It's just like, bro, I can't. Yeah, I can't do that.
yeah.
But
The
yeah, yep.
it
That's it.
was
I mean, I got back into YouTube watching, like, a lot of, like, stuff like, yeah, A Drive and, like, pack rips, like Darium and shit like that. It was kind of that was my gateway. So
that's awesome. Um,
go ahead. Sorry.
can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I think there's a little bit of a lag. We're good though.
Oh, shit. All right. Let me refresh.
Hopefully good.
Are we good? I'm good. I can hear you and see you fine.
Okay. Should be good then. Should be good. Okay. Cool.
Chat, how are we doing? How are we doing,
I
chat?
think
Tell
we're
us.
good now. We had a little bit of a lag there for a second, but I think we're all right
My
now.
bad.
No, you're good. So yeah, so we talked a little bit beforehand, and you said that you have been full time in Pokemon now for the last hour, or I was going to say hour and a half, year and a half.
Yep. Yep.
um,
Definitely
what
hour and a
what
half.
yes, what was the motivation to finally take it full time, and what were you doing before you decided to take it full time for a work or a job?
Well, I quit my job. Jesus, time, bro, time. Uh, I used to do hospice nursing. I did pediatric home health, then case management at a home health company, and then led me into like hospice nursing eventually. And so I quit doing that maybe like the end of 23. And I was helping my mom because she was like going through chemo and stuff like this. So I just was like, I'll take care of you. And then I ended up selling and doing eBay stuff on the side just to like keep me busy and like do stuff while I'm not, doing anything really. It was kind of just
Yeah.
like hanging out. Um, and then I was just like, bro, this is kind of print. Like, I'm doing good. Like, I'm making close to what I used to make, and I'm not doing anything crazy. Uh, like, this is a viable option, basically,
Yeah.
And then the shows started happening, and I started going to those and just like seeing like the amount of volume that people are doing, and it's like if you bring enough inventory, you can like you can make it worth your while to be there that weekend, basically. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what the target is most of the time when you're out there. So
Yeah. I can imagine hospice care is like super difficult. So it was probably somewhat relieving to leave that, even though it's obviously super like it's a super great profession because you're helping people basically at the end of their lives.
sure, yeah.
Making them comfortable and stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, leaving that sort of environment and to do cards full time is quite the switch.
I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, why? It's basically like you have to. We have choices in life, and you can if like there's no reason why you can't like. I literally just replaced my income with doing cards, and it's like, why wouldn't I want to do that instead of like nursing is like awesome, obviously. Like you learn a lot about people and a lot about like health and stuff like this, but like it's just so taxing mentally, physically, emotionally that like you're not everyone can do it forever, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's like ugh, yeah, it just gets
yeah,
really heavy sometimes, and you just have to like kind of push through that and like keep going and like make it to retirement or whatever, or like could do something else. You know what I mean? And a lot of
yeah.
people do that. So yeah.
How long did it take you from, I guess, starting doing Pokemon cards like as a business to replacing your income and being able to like comfortably be full time?
Um, Basically, like after the first 6 months, I forecast like based on the first 6 months, I was like, oh, if I can make this in 6 months, then I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was basically the first. I just had a ton of stuff. Also, that was another thing. Like, I didn't really know how to run a business when I first started it. It was just shit that I had laying around everywhere that I just used as inventory. And then it was like, oh, now I have to figure out how to like how to do this, even though I thought I would be good. But like, so I didn't like fully replace it the first year, but into this one, I'm even like gonna go over probably what I used to make as a nurse. So it's like by like a few K or whatever, but like still that's, I'll take that. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
could be, you could be doing, I mean, nursing is just like some of the like yucky, yucky as shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're in the shit. So like, it's just not, yeah, it's not great sometimes.
Gotcha.
You know?
So we were actually talking the other day. I think it was me and BB, or it was me and I forget who I was talking to, but we were talking about the idea of taking money out to like pay for things,
Yeah,
like on a regular basis,
sure.
and how it's hard for us to do it because it's our side thing right now. So we have a full-time income, and then taking money out of it instead of just putting it back in and continuing to flip using that money doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us. But for you, it's your full-time thing. So how did you go from kind of having a regular income with the nursing and then going to like a less stable, I
Sure.
guess, and being able to take that money out comfortably instead of just rolling it all back in?
Listen, I live like I own my house. I have no debt. Like my expenses monthly are like as low as they possibly could be. So I'm like super privileged in that way to not have a ton of crazy bills and stuff like that. Like honestly, like that's not, I mean, knock on wood, do you know what I mean? But like, um, so it's not difficult. Yeah. It's just like you have to just be okay with not using the money for something else. Like it's okay to take it out. Like it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay, buddy. I
Yeah.
promise. Like
Um, do you like, I guess when I think about taking money out of the hobby, I think like I would want to do it as quickly as possible. So like if I'm flipping and I sell $10,000, this month on eBay or whatever, like
yeah.
in the first week that I hit, or 2 weeks where I hit like a couple grand, I want to pull that out immediately.
Yeah.
And then so that I know that I have it for the end of the month.
Sure.
And so do you like plan the taking
It's
out,
like
or?
once everything is paid off, then I know I can take the rest. Basically, like at least I'm comfortable taking some percent of whatever's left and using that. It's like, okay, as long as my bills are paid and my credit card is paid, that's like the baseline.
Hmm.
And I know what I need to hit that every month. And that's not hard to plan for technically. Like even in any market, basically with this stuff, like you go to a Collecticon, worst case scenario, I come home with like 5 to, 8 or 10. Like that's on like 5 is like probably the worst, or like 4 probably is the worst I've ever done. And that was actually Fort Lauderdale, which was like super depressing.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I can, between cons and eBay and like the streamers, like I can get to a certain benchmark every month. And then everything after that is like, okay, this is what I can actually grab and like use, you know what I mean? For like my expenses monthly. And like I said, I live so frugally that like it's so silly, like how low
Gotcha.
it is. So yeah.
So what do you sell as a part of your business? Like what is the core of what you sell? Is it singles? Is it slabs? Is it do you do any sealed? What I guess if you could throw a percentage on those elements, what would it be in terms of your monthly sales?
I would say I'm probably like 80% singles, like Japanese, probably like 80% Japanese singles and like 20% English singles. And then of that, the rest, like, so 80% singles and then like 20% slabs, pretty much. I have like a little bit of sealed, but it's like shit I'm not going to sell. Like, I think I have one Dream League box left, and I have one Tag Bolt box left, and nobody, you're going to have to pry them out my cold, dead hands, brother, before those go anywhere. I promise, dude.
So for those are great sets, by the way. I love both those sets.
They're my favorite.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
So is the Japanese singles, I assume you're just buying them cheap off of the online websites and then you're flipping them to streamers? Are you doing local shows? Or are you doing, is it just straight arbitrage, like getting stuff in from Japan, moving it immediately to somebody else?
Well, I started everything on eBay. Like I'll start everything, just like throw it on eBay the minute I get it, pretty much, which I like just got. I think I have Rocket that just came in. Like the singles are just hit. They're in the box. Like great.
Nice.
And I need to unpack that when we're done here. Yeah, so I'll do that. And then, if it's shit I don't want to deal with, or it's like stuff I think is going to be super volatile, like I'll send it to even Chef or whatever, like, cause they can get, he'll be done with those singles on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if I send that shit to him, like it could be in and out the door pretty quickly. So if it's just like stuff I'm not like super confident in, like I can always just hit up Ray or Chef or whatever and just be like, hey, I got this. Like, let's run these. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they'll usually like help me out and just like, pay me a good percentage on stuff. And I still have at least like 15% margin after I take the percentage off on them. So it's like, that's fine for me on the singles. And then with grading, I can just pick the like stuff I know is going to pristine, which I've been like super hunting pristines lately. And yeah, just try to like make the actual money there, because that's literally where the bread is.
So whenever I see you at Collecticon, you it seems like you know everybody. You know all the big streamers. You know all the people like in our circle. Networking and creating these relationships with business relationships with people seems to be a core of your business. How important have those connections been to your success being full time?
I think pretty important, honestly. Like it's crazy. Like I think you were talking about Charlotte a couple of years ago when you were talking to Ray. And Ray was the first person I met in Charlotte too. And the first person like I actually hung out with in Charlotte that was like nice and like super welcoming and whatever. Like, so it's just funny to like, you had the same, like, you didn't even meet him. I don't even think that trip or whatever. Right. Like, so, yeah. And it's just like funny how like we still met like Dan and all them and stuff like that. And it's just like, if we didn't do that, would we be here right now? I don't know. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, it's just like crazy how shit works out. You know what I mean? Like, just like just putting yourself out there really is like half the battle, honestly. Like, I know you're like pretty introverted, like, you go to bed early, you're, quiet, kind of, chill guy, but like, yeah, it sucks. Like you just have to like get out and just like be assertive out there because like people are so caught up in their own shit. You just kind of have to like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on with you? Like, I just like walk up to random people that look like they're like, this guy was scrolling on his phone in your Airbnb. And I was just like, hey, what's your story, bro? Like, what's going on over there? Like, what's happening? And then he showed me like the craziest binder that I've ever seen.
His binder was sick. Yeah.
It was so insane, bro. I was like, what the fuck is this kid's just sitting there scrolling on his phone and he's got like 10K in a binder. I'm like, hi, what? Like, anyways, yeah, just like the little things. Like I would not have, if I didn't say anything to that kid, I'm not gonna see that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just like try to meet people where they're at, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That makes sense. For sure. Yeah, I think, and without Discord and me creating the YouTube and like actively being active in Discord with all these people, and then eventually like kind of getting on the different channels and everything, and then meeting people in person, it's like it all kind of starts somewhere, and it started in Discord, really.
Yeah,
And
100%.
on other people's YouTube channels.
Yeah, Pokenomics,
So,
like, right? We were all in there just
yep.
like learning and being stupid and not knowing what we were doing. And then, you kind of find your people also when you're in those like little like microcosms or whatever too. Like, and then now I have to deal with Ernie every day. It's so fun. I love it.
Yeah, it's funny too that like I'm sure before you met Ernie, you had no idea that you guys lived close to each other.
Bro,
And
yeah, nothing.
yeah.
Like the first time we met was actually the time we drove up to meet Arita to do the Arita signing. That was like the first time we actually like met in person. And he just got in my car and we drove 3 hours. Like I talked to him for like 45 minutes on the phone. Ever.
Yeah.
And then I was just like driving with a random Cuban dude to Ocala. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, it's so let's move on. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. But yeah, it's just funny. It's small world, and yeah.
Yeah, it was the same with Chef. I just noticed on an Instagram post one day that he tagged Raleigh, North Carolina, and I was like, what? I was like, do you live in Raleigh? He's like, yeah, I do. It's like, oh, we're like 15 minutes away from each other. You would never know that. I would have, never met Chef if it wasn't for probably the Pokenomics Discord.
That's crazy. Yeah,
and
it's wild.
Oaks Discord and stuff like that. So,
yep. If they didn't roast me every day, I would not. I may not be here, dude.
Yeah. All right. Walrus has got the meme question. What have you learned in the hour and a half since you went full time?
Oh, thanks, Wally. Yeah, I've learned not a lot, bud. Not a lot, to be honest. I'm gonna have to get a crash course from Walrus when we're done with this. Thank God.
We'll jump to a Greenie question. So I know that you did some live stream selling for a while, and Greenie is curious the differences, your experience, I guess, with live streaming versus vending.
I guess it's
online
like
vending versus the in-person vending.
It's not crazy different, honestly. I guess like if you think about it, like breaking it down, it's like there's random people that see your stream and click in there, and then you have to try to sell them a card that's on your table. Like that's both things. You know what I mean? Like it's not that dissimilar, I would say, I guess. But being able to see, obviously, like people get to look around when you're at Collecticons and stuff like that. They can like pick what they want, but versus like in a stream where you're just like giving it to them, kind of just like feeding them, like really. But yeah, you get to know people pretty well, like in both things. Like if you have people that repeat customers at Collecticons, I know what certain guys buy, so I like put that aside for them, or like I give them first dibs because I know that they'll buy like alt arts or whatever. So it's like, and they pay strong. So you just like know what people need, and then you save that for them. And the same thing with like on lives, like you'll learn what people that come back like, and like there's people that from my Whatnot streams that I like met in person. I like went to. Okay, I wouldn't recommend this technically, like always, obviously. Like I don't know, it's probably not smart. But there was like this couple that always used to come into my streams on Whatnot, and they were like in Orlando one weekend. And I was just like, bro, I have like an extra day at Universal. I'll go there, and then we'll have lunch or something. And like I wanted to like just like meet them, say what's up. They're like some of my best customers, and they come back and hang out for the whole stream. Like that's the type of people I love because they keep me entertained and like the chat engaging and stuff like that. That's what I want, you know? So, yeah, I like took them out for sushi at like this little like local place that we know in Orlando. And it was great. It was awesome. And I got to like just like learn about those people, you know what I mean? Which you don't get to do on Whatnot or on eBay Live as much, but like there's only so much you can do. But yeah, it can go IRL if you go to Collecticons too. Cause like I know Nick has people from eBay Live that like come in and hang out with him. There's like Shiny Outpost, like so many of the guys that are in their streams like will come to like the Jersey Collecticon and like different Collecticons, and you can kind of hang out and meet them. It's really cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's definitely a community that engages pretty frequently. It's not like Twitch or something where you go to TwitchCon once a year and you might be able to meet your favorite streamer. Like here, right. It's like, you know, you're just walking around shows like 12 times a year, and if you run into people, like that's cool, and you're accessible, and
everyone's kind of also pretty accessible too. Like if you wanted to talk to any of our friends, if like obviously people are like fangirls of like Dan and stuff like that, and that's pretty funny to me. Like yawn, super duper yawn, like whatever. But you know, we just Dan's world. We're just living in it, you know.
Yeah. I did. I vended on the other side from Dan, my very first Collecticon that I vended in Charlotte, and it was actually not that nice because basically what would happen is Dan is like this 6'4" beacon of a human being, and everyone just kind of flocked to him, and then once they met him, they just left.
They just leave. 100%. Yeah.
So it was like, what?
You got to be like right next to Dan. That's and
okay. Pongo was right next to him, so he got
right all there is fine. Yeah. But yeah, on the other side, you're done for, bro.
Yeah. BB has a few questions. To be fair, Java, we were sending all the trade up challenges to him.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
That is good.
Dan will tell him to keep moving.
All right. BB is wondering, has going full time taken any of the good away from the hobby for you? Like, does it provide any extra stress to what was once a hobby? Yeah. What has been the best thing that's been added to your life because you went full time?
I would say I don't. Okay. You don't get the same enjoyment out of it, obviously, like, because you're just like in it all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm happy when I see cool card. Like, obviously, like, I'm excited when I see like the rocket sets. I really like the new full arts. I don't know, like people are kind of shitting on them, but like, I really like the new full arts. Like the Moltres and stuff like that. Not like
the ones with the trainer in the background.
The trainer. Yeah. I like those. So like that, I'm happy as hell. Like those are $7. I'm happy. Like that's a good time to me. But like it's tough to like always have fun with it, but like we still get to play with cardboard, and like that's our job. That's pretty freaking cool. So like you just have to be grateful and not like think about the monotony of it or whatever. Like, oh, there's a new set. It's like kind of, there's so many like things to keep up with and stuff like that. It's just like, what's next? You're like on a hamster wheel almost, but like, it's like a super fun hamster wheel. So it's like, what I can't fucking complain about anything. Like, why? Yeah. Like, I feel like an asshole doing that. Like, it's insane. Like, why? Anyways, like, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, what else? What's the question? Where are we at?
What's one of the best things that's been added to your life because you went full time?
Just like, yeah, okay. Yeah, just like the freedom to like do whatever. You know what I mean? Like I've traveled more than I've traveled in my entire life in like a 2-year span or whatever. Like I was going through my phone the other day, and it's like all the art museums and like I'm like kind of ridiculous. All I do basically when we're in a city is I find a good art museum or a good aquarium, and then that's like the pictures, that's all the pictures I have from that city. Not any of my friends. It's like whales and dolphins and shit, and then like weird art pieces. So it's just like, this isn't good. Anyways,
No,
but
that's cool.
it's just funny. Like the things that you can do with the hobby that aren't cardboard that I've actually experienced are like amazing to me, and things I couldn't have imagined without it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you ever find yourself getting complacent when there isn't like a rigid schedule, like a typical work environment? Like,
Yeah.
do you put things off sometimes because you're just like, you know what, I don't have to do that today, even though you probably should?
I have a sub that should have gone out on Monday sitting on my counter over there. Okay. Yes, it's hard. Like I'm also like a massive procrastinator. See, my taxes are not done. It is 8/29 on 4/29. Tap in, folks. They're due tomorrow. So yeah, that I suck sometimes at that shit. But when it comes down to it, like when it comes down to like deadlines, I get shit done. Like that, it always gets done, but it's a little hectic. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm
yeah,
just a little hectic, bud.
yeah.
Well,
That's good.
it's all right.
That works. Um, yeah, one thing that I feel like is sometimes I will look at sets more critically than I would if I was just a collector. Because
Yeah.
like Journey Together, if I was just a collector, I may have liked it a little bit more. As a business, a person who wants to see all these like popular Pokemon and full arts and special illustration rares because I can flip those easier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Journey Together is a little like, all
Bro,
right.
I know, bro. I listen, I wasn't happy seeing even like, because it's like it sucks when like the SARs, like the best hits in the set, determine whether you're gonna do okay like that
Yeah.
month or like the next. It's like, I don't know. I feel like everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna literally eat off of Rocket the same way we ate off 151 for like a year." Like you can still eat off of 151. Like
Yeah.
today, you could feed your family off of grading 151 today. Like that's insane. And it's like what, 2 years more old? I don't know.
Somewhere
Like
around there, yeah.
anyways, like we thought we were gonna be okay with Rocket, and I don't think this is not promised land. This is not the promise. This is not the prize that was promised, dude. I'm just saying, dude. I'm all set. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not bad. It's just not what everyone thought it was gonna be. Who cares? Like,
Yeah.
it's good though. I don't
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah, I think in comparison to all this other Scarlet Violet sets, I'm pretty excited for the Destin Rivals. Like Destin Rivals is
It'd be great.
top 5, like easy.
I mean,
top 3
it's a
probably.
little funky, like I don't know, like the heat wave of it all with the Rocket makes it not a Rocket set. It's like gym challenge.
Yeah.
It's a gym set, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, more like a gym set, yeah.
So like it was just sold to us in a way that got people like too hyped up or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, and then to give us a briefcase with no promos. Why?
Fucking L, dude. Like, yikes. But also, like, if they put a promo in there, we're done. Like, we're broke. Like, I'm all in. He locked me. Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. 100%.
It is funny seeing everyone still freak out about the briefcase, and it's like it's a black briefcase with a red R.
Calm down, boys. It's
like,
okay, dude.
And it has a booster box in it and no promos, and people are spending like a couple $100 on it. It's like, bro.
We used to get 2 boxes in one of these cool things. Also, like the EV Heroes gym box, 2 EV Heroes boxes. Everything else, 2 boxes. Rocket case, 1 box.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
At least Pokemon's printing with them.
God bless their little souls. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool. I would buy it if it wasn't 400 or whatever it is now. And like, didn't they go up like after the first day also? I'm like, God damn it. I should have bought these.
Yeah, I feel like the last time I saw them, they were $200 or $300, but they definitely could have gone up even more. But yeah, it's just
annoying.
crazy.
Yeah.
BB has another question. Does selling mostly raw make you more comfortable hitting your metrics or numbers on what you need for monthly expenses, given the grading companies are so backed up right now?
Yes, sir. Well, at least you can, based on what you spend, you can just plan for it a little bit better. Like, obviously, I have to move things fast, but that's not that hard. Like when you have 2 Collecticons a month, if I wanted to, I go to both and be good. I don't want to all the time, obviously. Sometimes I do. Depends on where it is, actually, to be honest. Yeah. Sometimes I'll just do it and it's fine. And then sometimes I just don't want to. And then I'll just sell it to Chef or sell it to Ray or whatever. It's the same, kind of same thing. So as long as you know you can hit like certain numbers on raw, and then like the grading has not been that backed up for me, at least. Like I'm good. CGC is pretty fast. I'm not having problems with that. So.
Yeah, CGC has been solid. The price is going up a little bit here in a few days, but which kind of sucks. But I think for the most part, CGC will definitely
gotta get in there.
Yeah. Let's see. Selling mostly raw. Yeah, I kind of started experimenting, putting a lot of like lower cost raw stuff on eBay. Kind of doing I forget who I was talking to. Was it Spat? Where it was like you look at like the highest price sponsored listing, and then you can mark it a little bit down, but then you can be almost twice like low list and still sell pretty well.
He's doing it. He's doing big things over there with that sponsored
yeah
list over there.
Yeah. So it was like I was kind of playing with that, and I was selling just like $2 to $5 ARs or whatever that I just had sitting around, and they were doing pretty well. But I pulled them down recently because things are changing a bit. But
really,
yeah, but it's
and like quantity listings are great for eBay because then you don't have to like. I mean, it's really good for like algorithmic purposes, right?
Yeah, I was kind of worried because I did a quantity listing for the Umbreon SAR from Terrastal.
Oh Jesus!
I had a few, and I was like,
"You're insane, bro."
But then they were gonna go to authenticity guarantee, and I was like, wait, how do they do that with quantity? Because if the serial number and the picture doesn't match the serial number of the slab that I send, are they gonna send that back? But one of them just got authenticated, so hopefully we're good. But I thought about that for a second. I was like, oh no,
you're like, oh Jesus!
don't send them back to me.
Oh, that would suck actually, because then they drop like another fucking 10%
Yeah,
all there, like on the way back to you. You're like, shit.
That'd be brutal.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's another question from BB. How have the tariffs changed your approach, if at all, recently, given you focus mostly on Japanese?
Well, so far I'm okay because I'm still sticking under I'm just doing under 800 and not like chancing it at all. I don't like shipping is basically if you had to ship $800 worth of shit from Bai, like it's $40, 45 max or something, like usually, even with like boxes. I have like 2 or 3 boxes of Rocket in this most recent one. It was like 47. I think that's like 5%. That's what it works out to. So it's like I'd rather pay 5% like a couple of times than I guess I should just pay the 10% probably, but like I'm just stupid. I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it easy, and every time I hit 800, I just ship the shit home, and that's all lately.
Yeah,
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. I don't know.
I just recently bought some stuff, and I'm gonna have to think about that, whether or not I just want to, because I'm assuming that you don't. Do you get hit with extra costs on your Like,
shipping.
yeah, because sometimes I would ship something and they would ship it FedEx, and then FedEx would be like, "You owe me a check
Bro,
before I give this box to you," and it's
yeah,
like,
UPS has been doing that with me. I literally, as long as I just don't, um, I do EMS like pretty much for everything now. It's that way. It's Japan
yeah,
Post for it, but it takes longer, obviously. But like the only time I consider even doing UPS anymore is like if a new set comes out and I have Collecticon like the next weekend or something, because then I know if it ships out like Monday or Tuesday, I'll have it by Friday. And most of the times I'm doing like the crackhead trip, so it's like I fly in Saturday morning and then fly out like Sunday night or evening or whatever. So like
yeah,
I'll have it at least in my hands and I can unpackage the body and like throw the shit in my bag and get it out there, like that's all I need.
yeah. Looks like Dark Ibex is letting us know the briefcase is going to be made to order apparently. So
Yeah, I heard about that.
everyone paying $400 for it right now. Look out.
Yeah, I mean it was like 270 the first day, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Hive Mind. How do you manage to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations? Do you not get ruffled very easily?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm usually like pretty chill, so I'm like, I just roll with the punches. I get like a little bit overwhelmed at like the cons and stuff. I would say like if I'm not vending and I'm just walking, like I don't like doing that really. Um, just because like I like to have like a home base where I can kind of just chill and like not like I don't know have to like be weaving in and out of people and like numbers, cards, like, oh Jesus Christ. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a lot. Like sometimes like the noise
Yeah.
level, yeah, it gets kind of just like overwhelming. So that's why I actually like having our friend group there with like a section and being able to go hang out and just like get away from all the noise and like the the just like the hustle and bustle of it, I guess. And
Yeah.
just like chill with like Rainbow Gym or like whatever, like chill with like anybody. You know what I mean? It's just like nice to just like be able to step away from it for 30 minutes or whatever and just like yeah, kind of take a break. I don't know.
Yeah. There's got to be a story here. I'm assuming. Thrifty, what's your process for vetting and selecting a restaurant to eat at?
Chef, he's so annoying, bro. He's the worst. Okay, it's like not my fault, bro. I'm hot. Like I was just hangry and I was like, we need to go eat. I'm hungry. I have not eaten anything all day. That's another thing. I think BB said that. It's like you forget what food is
Yeah.
while you're at the cons. And it's like I'm not hungry until like 5:50, and then I'm like, where are we going to eat? I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, how can I get to dinner now? Like, anyways, so yeah, I get super hangry at the end of the day. And if it's close, I just am happy. I don't care. Like, also, if it's Mexican food, how bad can you fuck up Mexican food, dude? Like, honestly, it's it shouldn't be that hard, is all I'm saying. Yeah. I hate Chef. He's so annoying. He needs to pick the place then and book the resis and hit me because I don't have time. I'm tired and I'm hungry.
BB says the answer pretty bad.
I'm horrible at picking restaurants, except when we're at home. Then you can tap me in for a restaurant recommendation. But if I'm out of town, I don't know nothing, then that's what you're gonna get is a random Mexican place with me. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Gotcha.
I hate Chef.
So, do you do any local shows too, or is it mostly just Collecticons and like online sales?
I'm going to a local one this weekend. There's like TCG Con. Some of my friends run it. Eric and I think it's Gengar Poke Bros. They do Miami TCG Con, and usually it's at like the convention center that's like at the airport in Miami. But this weekend it's gonna be at like some like high school. It's like a high school for the performing arts type of like gym bit. I don't really know. So I think there's like 50 or 75 vendors or something like that. I'm not gonna vend it. I think Jackie is, JLJ.
I haven't met them, even though I'm pretty sure they've
She's
been
in
at
like a
Collect.
lot of the discords and is
Yeah,
in
I've seen her in Discords. Yeah,
she's awesome. She usually vends those, so I can like throw stuff in her case while I'm walking around and just like try to. Also, I have like a stack of non-gradables, so I was gonna try to like trade some singles, like some of the SARs I have for like gradable stuff tomorrow or this weekend,
yeah.
and see if I can find anything because I've been looking for like gradable English that I can try to pristine and stuff like that. So that's kind of a little game I've been playing lately.
Have you been to those conventions in the past or local shows in the past, or will this be?
They have, yeah, Miami TCG Con is the one I've gone to the most, just because it's all Pokemon. It's usually fine. It's like I've had mixed, people say mixed things about it. Like the vendors, a lot of times they always say it's like a lot of B2B, like sales. It's not a ton of like people buying, but that was also like during the kind of shittier market. That was like a year ago, and the last one was probably so.
Yeah.
We went to like the Palm Beach Card Show, which they have a couple times a year, which is in like West Palm, also like downtown. And that one is actually really good. It's a lot of sports, but with the little amount of competition for Pokemon, it's like if you I'm wearing a Gengar shirt, and like everyone like, okay, let's go to Gengar. Like, so you just like find like it's easy to find the Pokemon people, and then there's not a lot of us, so like you only have like 10 people to choose from basically
Yeah.
at their tables. So it's pretty nice.
Are those shows typically very different to Collecticon, and which would you like, or do you like vending better? Do you like vending at Collecticon better, or some of the local shows that you've done?
I would say I usually do better at Collecticons because there's like so many more people, and like they're, I don't know. At home I struggle sometimes, like the Japanese market here isn't super like hot or whatever. I
Yeah.
find people that are like super stoked when I have like the Japanese promos, the exclusive promos. Like that's, I can get people juiced with that stuff. But if it's just regular like set cards, they want the English, and then I have to basically just have like the Japanese exclusives to sell them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's like kind of how you make money at the locals, because it's something that not everyone will have or knows how to buy or whatever. That's like local. I mean, sometimes some people do, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like more limited or whatever.
Yeah, I run into that a lot, being primarily Japanese. It's like I'll have my table, tons of binders, tons of slabs, and people come up and be like, "Is this all Japanese?" And you say, "Yep," and then they're like, "Okay,"
They
and then they
walk right
walk away.
away.
Yeah,
100%, 100%, dude.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh man,
They're like, sorry, dude. I don't know what to
yeah,
tell you. But like, also, it depends because, like, at the local shows, I don't have a ton of streamers around here that are like down to buy the Japanese junk that I have too. Like, the stuff that I'll bring to like Collecticon, any whatnot streamer in their right mind is going to snap these binders that you have, that I have. Like, they're going to snap them because they don't have to do all the work. It's
yeah,
like 400 or 500 cards. I do the 540 count binders instead of the 360s, just because like if I'm taking a binder, I want to take a binder, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's $200. If you're just fucking with dollar cards, it's at least $200 more, like whatever. Anyways. So yeah, like we know that they're going to snap those up at Collecticon, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to move any of that shit at a local show. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
like, I've run into like Cards HQ will come down for the Palm Beach card show at least, and I've like hung out, like met up with like their buyers, and they've like bought me out a couple of times. They pay really good percentages on like slabs, sealed, all that shit. Like back in the dark days, they were paying 82%. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's insane. Like that wasn't normal for slabs back then, I don't think. So like
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, I just had a question. Oh, I was going to ask because you sneak peeked a couple things before we started, a couple personal collection items.
Yeah.
If you have, I think you have some show and tell, some stuff to share, and if there's a story associated with them, please
Let's see.
let us know.
The last ones. Oh, this one you'll actually like. This is the most recent SIG that I picked up. And I remember you were talking about Kooky the other day. Oh, shit. Hold on. This is a
Nice.
Saito SIG, and it has like a cat sketch that he did at the bottom.
Yeah, that's sick.
Awesome.
What is that TCG?
This is from the Legends Expo. They do this event in Orlando. They did it last year and the year before. The first year it was Harada and Saito doing cards.
Okay.
And I couldn't get a Saito one because his line was like insane. I got a Harada one of like they did a different card. Each of them like illustrated a different card for the event.
Oh, okay.
And this was the Kooky one. And I also have the Harada one. And then the next year, the second year, they did Jerky, who is like one of the newer artists. And this is the illustration card from that.
Oh, nice.
Shit, but yeah, and he did the little alligator sketch, is cute. And then
he's the one that did the 150, no, the Obsidian Flames Pidgeot, right?
This one too.
Yeah, that line.
This is the first time that they've allowed them, or at least Jerky was allowed to sign Pokemon cards, which Harada and Kooky weren't allowed to do. I got the Dragon Force hand as well.
Sick.
Right. This was like just came out. Terrastal had just come out. I had to literally get this. I had to like find someone to pull this out of a box at the event so that I could get this card. And then I actually asked Kai and Gem Mint were in Japan for the release of Terrastal. And Gem Mint actually brought me an extra copy, but I had already gotten that one, so I didn't even need it. So I was like, "Oh, thank you, but sorry." But
oh yeah, that artwork is so awesome.
I got the Tapu Koko, which I freaking love the Tapu Koko much, dude. Oh my god, that's my favorite. So
I only opened one box of that set, and that's the card that I pulled, the Tapu Koko. It was so cool.
Some good stuff. Yeah, I think those are like my three favorites that he's done. I like the Pidgeot too, obviously, but like I don't know, the Pidgey's just funny. Like it just makes me laugh. I don't know. I like it a lot.
What is the I guess for these different events where artists or where I guess the focus, it sounds like the focus, are these events where other things are happening as well and they just happen to be signing, or are they specifically signing events for those artists?
Well, for Legends Expo, it's a con. Like there's a showroom floor also with a card show at it, basically. And then they had, for this year, it was Jerky. They had the guy that did what's that guy's name? The guy that did the Snorlax, like the Sleepy Snorlax promo. He was signing Kenji Watanabe, one of the guys from the creator guy of Digimon or whatever, was there doing sketches and SIGs and stuff. And then they also had Gosha, who did the illustrator Tangrowth. He was the freaking hit of the event, bro. His sketches were awesome. I was so impressed. Like he took so much time per person. Like he was so detailed. They looked so cool. Everyone got them done on energies. So they were like, people were selling the play promo energies like mad that weekend because Gosha was signing on the energies and they were like looking stupid sick. If you see any of the autos from that weekend, they're like dumb. Like they're so good. And he would do any Pokemon you wanted. Then he would throw a Tangrowth in, and it was just like, oh man, I didn't get one because his line was literally like 3 hours long on the second day because he was taking so much time and like doing such intricate shit. It was awesome though. Like, and the cool thing is I got to like, I was in line for jerky for the like my first sig of the morning, basically for jerky because I went back like 3 times. You can only get one per round, basically, so you have to like keep waiting in line. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. So I got my first jerky, and then Gosha was actually in line for Kenji Watanabe to get a Digimon like thing signed that he had. And I just started talking to like this dude, like I didn't know who he was. I'm just like talking to a random guy next to me in line. And he's just like, oh yeah, I'm Gosha. I'm like, what? Okay, like hi, bro. What the like it was just so funny and random. And then because I feel like I had talked to like Squeaks about it. And he's like, oh yeah, I know him. And I was like, what? You know that guy? And then he's like, and then I said that. I was like, oh, I'm friends with Squeaks. And he's like, oh, that's cool. That's crazy. Like, and it just like kind of like opened the door. And I was just like, thank you, Squeaks.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, so it was funny.
What are some of your I guess what are some of your favorite experiences at signing events? And what are some of your worst experiences at signing events?
Dude,
because I know you've done quite a few of them.
Yeah, it's been tragic, honestly. Like the amount of waiting you have to do for some of these is like super tilting, honestly. Like, I think for Arita we had to wait. Jesus, I think. Well, we went Sunday for Arita. We had to wait like maybe 3 hours in line, and we were like the last people in line, or like one of the last like few people in the VIP line. And then he had like a bunch of like randoms in like general admission. And that is brutal. Like the same thing with Jimeno. That was so dark. It was like 18 hours outside of the convention center, like no like seats, 250, 350 people maybe were outside that convention center the entire night. Some people went, the first people that got in line for Jimeno were there, I think at like 2:00 in the afternoon, the day before she started signing. So like Thursday afternoon. And then my friends got there at 4:45 and they were 165th in line. And they missed it by like 5 people. Ooh. And I was like 250. So there was like no shot I was going to get that. But like, yeah, I was just standing there for like, I had nothing else to do. And I was like, fuck it. If there's a shot, like I'll try. Cause we like, based on like signing, I don't know, Harada, based on like old signing events, like Harada does 5 per person. And she can do like 1 million people. she just like turns and burns people. So we were basing numbers for Jimeno on that, on Harada's like speed. And it just is not the same thing. Like she got through like a third of the people that Harada did probably for the Jimeno signing. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite experiences at signing events?
Probably, yeah. Okay. Despite the line being horrible, like I probably had the most fun, like just screwing around with Ernie in the line at Arita. Like he was just like pumping people up. Like some guy had like a first ed Charizard and he was like, holy shit. Like it was just like so funny. Like, I don't know. We just like had a great time. We were like, I think also it's just like, you get loopy at a certain point when you're waiting that long that it's just like everything's funny. I don't know. Like that's where we were at, I think, on a lot of those. Same thing. Like we ordered sushi to the line at the convention center in Charlotte. Like it's the most degenerate shit that's happened in those lines, but it's like so funny. Anyways, like, so despite it being the worst thing, it was also had the best moments, I would say. Also,
nice. That's awesome.
So that's silly, but yeah.
Quilly has a question. How do you sort out what's going to be eBay inventory versus show inventory and do the two mix?
Oh yeah, it's annoying. I shouldn't bring the stuff that I have on eBay. Like right now, my eBay is a barren wasteland. I was saying this to you. There's nothing on it. I will start listing this week because I have a shitload of singles that I need to get listed, and then I have like 75 cards coming back from CGC hopefully by the end of next week. So I'll have a lot to do. We'll say. Um, okay, I have double sold shit. It happens all the time. Don't worry about it. Just cancel the order and move on. Who cares? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of I don't foresee myself, apart from probably Charlotte, I don't foresee myself vending anytime soon again at a Collecticon potentially. I do really like walking around and buying stuff. But
It's fun. It's fun.
yeah. But yeah, I've definitely double sold. And when I'm doing shows like that, I just assume that I'm just not gonna be top seller on eBay. And I'm cool with it. Whatever.
Okay, like
yeah.
If it happens once every show, that's the worst case scenario. Like I guess I take stuff off like while I'm at the airport on Sunday, if I remember. Mostly like that's like or yeah, you have to try, obviously, like try to remember or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I'm not like intentionally double selling shit, but like I forgot that I had like the Gold Star Alakazam was still listed on my freaking eBay that I sold at Collecticon. And I was like, okay, well, sorry, buddy. Like, I literally just got back from the card show yesterday and did not take that off my eBay. My bad.
It's
And
always the card that's been sitting there for like 6 months and hasn't sold, and then all of a sudden it double sells on a weekend, and it's like,
yeah. How?
What the hell?
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Oh,
yeah. So but it's fine. You just like, who cares? Honestly, like it's
fine. Thrifty, you prefer scrambled eggs or fried?
Okay, he knows I'm scrambled egg gang, dude.
Hey, I like scrambled eggs too, so
gang, dude. Just saying.
Good stuff.
I don't like
Hive Mind. Any stories on the artworks on the walls? The ones that are framed?
Let me see. I have just like a lot of Disney cells. Like my mom was like a huge Disney collector.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're like the Sarah cells, or like they're like some of them are like weird, like promotional things from like American Express back in the day or something. It was just like a weird thing. I don't know. My mom really liked that stuff, and I like a lot of them. I'm probably gonna keep a lot of them when I move. Like, not all of them, but like a couple that I like.
Are they of noticeable movies and stuff? Like,
I have Little Mermaid, Lilo and Stitch one, 101 Dalmatians.
Nice.
Just like Mickey shit. I don't know. It's like it's all the
cool.
Good stuff.
And what is the what are the dollar bills on the wall there?
Dan, I took those down last time when I was on Pokey Flips, and Dan and Nick didn't even know what they were. And I was just like, it's something like we found in my grandpa's apartment when he passed away. And they're super old. Like, if Dan and Nick don't know what it is, I'm done. Like, they're the money guys. If they don't know, I'm dead. So
yeah, you gotta ping that. What's the guy's name? Cards and Coins or whatever. And,
yeah.
He would probably know. He seems like an encyclopedia of that stuff.
Definitely knows, 100%. Yeah. What's his name? Ben?
Yeah, I think Ben. All right, so I've been asking.
I don't have a Shrek one, dude. I don't have a Shrek one. All right, bro.
Well, Shrek is DreamWorks, right? Is DreamWorks Disney?
No, I don't think so.
No, yeah,
I don't think so.
Wrong, Kai. You're wrong.
Kai.
So I've been asking a couple questions to everyone that's been on, and one of them is a hot take. One of them is a positive experience that you've either contributed to or had with someone else, or you saw between two, collectors. So whichever one you can think of first, and then we can follow it up with the other one.
let's see. Hot take, I guess, is like, I've said this on other things though, but like, okay, set collectors are masochists. I will keep saying it. Like, I'm going to get that across. No one's going to be doing this anymore.
People who will
Yeah.
like crack packs to try and complete the set, you're saying?
Yeah. That too. Like, especially that. You're
Yeah.
insane. Like,
Yeah.
stop. Like, there's no, like, that makes no fucking sense to me, basically. Like, yeah. Also, I guess I was watching, I guess it's like kind of the same. It's similar to like what's going on right now. It's like people are so ravenous for like sealed and packs right now. It's just like, guys, calm down. It's not even that fun to rip. I promise, like, it's not fun. It's like depressing. And like, do you like lighting money on fire? Here, rip a pack. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand like how like much anger there is to people not being allowed to light their money on fire. Like,
Yeah.
what?
No, that's very true. It is one of those like high
like,
and low.
You're working against your own self-interest every time you open one of these things. Like, and like, obviously I need the singles, so I want people to open the shit. But like the amount of like anger and like fervor people have and like over like you aren't able to burn money. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Like, that's so dumb. Anyways, that's
It's very true. It does have like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, basically. When you're ripping stuff, it's like in the moment you're like, ooh, anticipation, and 90% of the time you pull nothing,
and it's just like,
and then you're just feeling like crap for the rest of the day.
It's so anticlimactic, like,
yeah.
And then you like are sad as fuck. Like, it's just so. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't understand. It's not for me. It's not for us, and that's okay. But like, I just don't. Yeah, the amount of like just like anger is just so daunting, or like just so like misplaced, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good hot take. I feel like.
Yeah.
What was the first hot take again? I feel like I had something.
Set collectors are masochists, but that's just like my general hot take for
yeah. Yeah, the sets are getting so big now that it's like if you're really, I mean, and then you probably have to figure out like, are you only doing if you're doing reverses, like how long is that going to take you? If you're doing all the hits, how you doing? Like the amount of money, the amount of time, the amount of,
just doesn't make sense. Like I don't know. People that collect cards they don't care about is like weird to me. That's all.
Yeah.
You can't care about every card in the set. They're not all good. Like, I promise. They're not all. Some of them are great. Obviously, like commons, we go through them every time they drop some new shit in Discord. Like, we are like, oh my God, that's so fun. Like, on commons and uncommons, we do this.
Yeah.
But it's just like, after you've seen it one time, you're like, oh, that's sick for a common and uncommon. And then you never look at that shit again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, true.
I think my like light is going out. That's crazy.
Ernesto is wondering, do you think children in 20 years will want current modern ETBs?
Bro, I'm just like gonna ignore him and act like he's not here. Really. I think that's like the best strategy to do that. Life's too short. That is blasphemy. We literally do it every set release, Mason. Stop acting like we don't do that shit, bro. Stop. Anyways, I know it's on a Rudy shirt or something, right? But
hey, today's modern is tomorrow's vintage, all right? 20 years from now.
Exactly, dude. Bro, I literally watched I think I watched something the other day. It was like you know the card collector too, he does Pokemon. He does sports content, like buyer POV sports content, basically. Well, he's like Bulbasaur, but he like they kind of like started it, kind of. I don't know.
Gotcha.
And he talked to Ryan's Card House, and that was really interesting. And he was like, yeah, the way he was talking about, like, he's like, yeah, the kids today aren't gonna give a shit about Charizard. They want their Moonbreons, and it's like, oh my god, just like hearing that fucking kill me. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh Jesus, this is who they decided to choose. Okay, here we go. So it's funny, man.
I actually have a hot take.
All right,
I haven't had very many hot takes.
Let's fucking go. Come on.
I think that buying, and this, this might ruffle some feathers. All right, I'm sorry. Buying old made cards, paying a premium for old made cards in a 10 is insane when you can buy a deck for $20. That is insane. It doesn't make sense at all because all of those cards coming out of those decks are mint. They're all
Bro, it's so funny. Okay, that's it's funny because they're not 20. What are they 20? The decks?
I looked up, yeah, you can get them for like $22, $23 on eBay.
On eBay? Oh my god, I need to start importing those. What are we doing? Hold on. Wait a minute. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, somebody send me the link for that. For what's the old maid search term? Tap in, folks. Jesus.
Yeah, just everyone's
super hot take. Kai says, okay, that's not crazy hot, bro.
Okay,
but you need to chill out, bro. Also, at the same time, just chill the fuck out. Nobody needs to listen to this. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about, bro. Not even full time, bro. Come on, bro.
Java's next hot take. PSA 10 is better than BGS 9.5.
Wow, dude.
Crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, man.
I had no idea, dude.
Here's another one from Nesto.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you say to people that think we only like this stuff and we'll be a bag later? Thank you, big fan.
I told you to just act like he's not here. It's better to do that. Like, it's better for everyone's mental health. If you just ignore him. Sorry, like, bring that back up just because, like, I'm gonna give him an answer now that he did that. Let's see. I think that only we like this stuff and it will be a bag later. Listen, there is some things that only you will like. You can't skip, first of all, you can't skip Ernie's serious questions. This is serious. Listen, the E-Lottie will never go up. It will never go up.
Oh, no.
It will be a bag later. I promise. You just gotta
heard it here first.
Sorry, dude. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hit that
like button. Wait, what? It's never gonna stop trying to make fetch happen, dude. Let's see the shiny present campaign Raikou go up before the E-Lottie. Thank you. You're welcome, Quilly. We should add Quilly on here, dude. What the hell? Get Quilly in the chat. Come on. Bring him in. I need his help.
Late 2021 price. Hey, it's the best looking Charizard in the hobby, all right? It's gonna do something eventually.
Listen, the cheaters do know what she's doing, but the hobby just doesn't understand the good shit. That's on them.
That's true.
That's on them, dude.
That's true. They just want the newest, hottest thing, but they don't understand how good some of the old stuff is.
Bro, somebody paid the price of an E-Lottie PSA 10 for the first Umbreon SAR from Prismatic Evolutions. Like
in a PSA 10?
In a PSA 10. That's the same price. I think it went for more, actually. The Umbreon probably did.
Those are people that I don't understand.
So it's like,
I don't understand why people buy first to market PSA 10s when you know that the price is gonna like half in like a month.
The thing is, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't. I couldn't tell you. I really just don't. It's not for us to understand. Yeah. You see, it's just
we just take advantage of it. We don't need to understand it.
buddy, if you keep asking these questions, like, you're just gonna hurt your brain. Like,
True. That's true.
you know, I need to like lessen the brain power, you know.
To flex on your coworkers, apparently. That's what
Oh
mine
yeah,
says. Bring it to work the next day, show it
100%.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't care if my coworker I showed my coworkers this and they were like, "Why did you pay 400 for a bug?" Uh, That was Ernie saying that actually. And when I mean coworkers, that's what I mean is Ernie was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh no.
So yeah, it's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if are there any illustrators that just like they just don't sign, and it's or their
Oh,
signatures are like super rare?
yeah, a lot of them. Like I don't think Sugi will sign anymore.
Mm.
Um, he's like a hermit basically at this point, I think. Um, I think Yukamori is not doing signings anymore. Harada won't sign Pokemon cards anymore because she's pissed about people reselling them. So literally every time she goes to an event these days, she posts like, "No Pokemon, please don't bring cards. Like I will not sign them." Literally, like she gets pissed off.
Mm.
So you can buy her art at the events. She does like customs. She'll do any commission for you want for like $300 on like those big ass Shikishis. It's pretty lit actually. She's insanely quick.
I think I would almost
And
like that better. Like something, yeah. Yeah.
they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you can just like have her do whatever you want. Like any character she'll do, like from anything, literally. Like you just give her a reference and she'll literally draw it up in like 45 minutes. It's insane.
Yeah, that's cool.
And let's see what
Oops.
else. What was the question? Jesus, my brain is gone.
Illustrators that don't
That
sign
don't
or
sign.
rare
Yeah.
signatures out there or
I think Kato also is done signing Pokemon cards because he was annoyed that people were reselling. Yeah, it's basically when illustrators decide that they're like don't want that to happen with their SIGs anymore, they just like lock it down, which
they'll
is
either
bad.
stop doing it or they'll try and do something different, like
Or
Harada.
they'll just like do like they'll do art exhibits, and that's the only way you can get any of their stuff. And it's like, if you want to support my art, here you go. But if you don't, then get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? Type of shit. 'Cause they don't, the hype is like not fun for them, actually. Like, it's actually stressful for them because they're literally like drawing and sketching for like 12 hours a day. That sucks. Like Arita wears like a hand brace at every event almost. Like Ariga needed like a brace after day one because it's just like they're not used to that, like that much like repetitiveness, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's crazy. My favorite card is Dark Charmeleon. So someday it would be pretty cool if I could get a Himeno signature, but it sounds like Himeno signings are
so
extremely difficult.
At least like in the States this was the first time she'd been to America. Like I don't think she's ever come to America or something. Or like there was maybe like one other time or something in history. Like so then she did Charlotte, and that was like maybe 150 people got SIGs that day, like that weekend. And then she did Hawaii the day before World started. And then, but that was like just an artist event. So you could only buy like these art cards that she had illustrated. They were like small. They're just like the size of a Pokemon card, but they were blank. And then she like did a cool, like funky, it was like My Little Pony-ish type of shit. I don't know. It was like, there was cats. Like she loves to draw cats. So there's like a lot of cute ones like that. I don't know. It was good.
That's cool. That's sick.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh my God, Ernie. Thoughts on this all going to zero sooner than expected. We all get wrecked. We're going to win, dude. It's fine, bro. We're going to be fine, dude. Calm down. Tariffs be damned. We'll get around it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I do wonder, because it can't just be this way forever, right? So it's like, and it's hard to like, how are we gonna know that it's turning? Because I already feel like there's some stuff that I'm seeing already kind of,
Slow down.
slowly kind of move down,
Yep.
and not really rebounding, just kind of like resettling at whatever price it'll resettle at. And
Yeah.
hopefully it resettles a little bit higher than it was before. And each time this boom thing happens, it just settles a little bit higher, settles a little bit higher. But yeah, I mean, for you, are there any signs that you pick up on when you're buying or selling, or do you start to notice these trends, and does it worry you at all, especially being full time?
One thing that's interesting right now with buying, I talked to Ray a little bit about this too. He was I was asking about Houston a little bit, and he's been having a lot of trouble buying. Like, people are very rigid with the way that they're pricing things, and like the idea that like the dudes at these card shows that are like, oh, I won't take less than like 93% or some shit. Literally, that's like what people are telling people. It's just like, if you sold that on eBay, you're getting 85. Like, you're getting 87. Yeah. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, it's insane to me that like these dudes are basically like scoffing at 85%, when literally if you did it the way the way we normally do this shit, that like that's what you would get normally. Like, yeah. It's just like the weirdest. Like, that is just like not computing to me for some reason. Like, yeah. I don't know. It feels weird a little bit that that's happening. And I am like, if the homie comes to me and they're looking for shit, 85, I don't care. Like, I'm happy between 80 and 85%, because I used to just do 80. Like, yeah. I used to get 80. Now it's in a market where I can at least like squeeze out a little bit extra if I had to. I don't like doing that because it's usually my friends on the other end, but it's like, I'm giving them like 5% more off than any other dealer would in this entire fucking venue. That's crazy to me. Like, yeah, this is why? What's happening? Like, I just don't understand really, like, what people are on when they're selling. The sellers are just more rigid than I've ever seen. And then for buying, it's like some of the shit is just so expensive that like people are too. What the fuck? I have a ghost. I literally have a ghost in my house. Like, straight up. That's fucked up. I don't like this. All right. Anyways, like, yeah, I think like people are being like a little scared away by the prices of some of the hypier shit, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like most of the people that I bought from in Chicago were like, they might give you 10% off, but even then it was max. Yeah, that's like max. That's like, oh, I guess I'll do 90%. It's like, bro,
fuck you. Like, what? Like
90%.
Like, dude, that's so tilting to me. Like, I just don't. Yeah, the rigidness is like very annoying to me, because like we used to be happy with 80. Literally a year ago, we were all happy with 80%. Yeah. The fuck. Like, yeah. That's anyways, true. I'm venting now. But yeah, it's like Quilly said, those people get caught the hardest. I am so happy to like just keep moving shit, and people that don't want to like work with you are not going to sell their shit, and they're just going to sit on it, and then it keeps going down. Like, these, like, certain singles are just like kind of sliding, and it's like, you're going to get caught. Like, you paid, even if you paid 75% or 70% for them, you're getting, like, you're going to break even at that point. Yeah. That's not fun. No. Just because you're too like stubborn. What the fuck? Like, I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, it's like people don't understand that even if you're getting a little less profit, you're still profiting, and you can still move that, like, the opportunity cost of it. It's like, okay, I guess just hold on to those cards, for the next till the next Collecticon that you won't sell at more than 90%.
Exactly, 100%. It's just so weird. I don't know.
Yeah. But so the other question, I just remembered that we didn't hit it, but the positive thing. So the positive
Oh yeah.
experience that you did for somebody, or someone did for you, or something specific that you can think of.
All right. Well, this is like something good that happened, like that. I hate to like use an example of something that I did, but like because it's like whatever, tooting your own horn or whatever. But like, there was this. I don't know why, but like at every Collecticon, I feel like I find like there's some like little hustling ass kid that I like adopt for the weekend, right? Like I don't ask for this, right? They just like come up to my table and they're like, and then they'll like come back and they'll be like, oh, look what I traded for the thing I bought from you or whatever. Like it's kind of like, I don't know. There's like 3 kids that I've made friends with after like during these things. And it's like really random. Anyways, but this one kid at the Palm Beach card show, he was really nice. And like, he had like a nice little Zion case. He was there by himself. Like he didn't have his parents there, which I was just like, that's weird. But like all these little hustlers, their parents never come with them. I don't understand. Also, I don't like that. Like,
No.
go with your kid. Like, so your kid doesn't get hustled, basically, literally. That's where I'm at. Because this kid got hustled hard. Like, he came and like sold a bunch of stuff to me. I bought like 4 or 5 cards off of him, and then he goes out onto the floor, comes back like an hour later, and he has a stamp box Pikachu. And he's like really excited that he just bought this stamp box Pikachu. And he's like, and I was like, how much you get it for? Just to like, find out, like, see what he was doing, what he traded for it. And he's like, I just traded my 151 Charizard in a PSA 10 plus $100. And this is when the Charizards were like $750. And like on top, so like the guy got $850 for the Pikachu that at the time was comping at like 400. And I was just like it just pissed me off so bad. And I was just like, who did that? Like I was just like furious. Like I got like really pissed off in that moment. I like literally made him take me over to the guy's table, and I like started like, this is the craziest thing I've also done. Like this is a nice thing that I did, but it's also the most insane shit I've ever done, and like the most annoyed I've ever been at a vendor. And I was just like, bro, what the hell? You just like took this kid for a ride. Like this card is 400. This card that he traded is 700. And he gave you $100 on top. The fuck? Like I was so mad on behalf of this kid. And he was like, he's like sad because he just realized he got so bad. And I was just like, bro, fuck this guy. I literally like yelled at this guy. I kind of cussed him out, and I was just like, got the kid his card back, got him the $100 back, went and bought him the other card, the stamp box Pikachu from another vendor, and traded him that kid's like Charizard for a stamp box Pika, and got the kid $200 in cash. So it's like he got to win. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I was just like, people that do shit like that, the shady shit, you're not helping anybody when you do this. No. Like these hustling little kids are going to be us in like 20 years, bro. Like you can't treat them like that. In my opinion, like you just can't. It's not good for anything. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty nasty when adults will take advantage of kids like that. And like yeah.
It's just so funny. I was just like, who did that? I was so fucking hot, bro. I was like, I just like had to, I was like, I never want to talk to this dealer, first of all, like ever again. Yeah. And like, then it was the funniest shit. The guy pulls up like a year-old comp on ZNG and is like, see, I paid $725 for the Pikachu. And I was like, brother, that's a year and a half ago. Don't show me that, bro. Like, that's insane. Yeah. Like, what the hell? It was so,
yeah. That's super.
I don't know. Just super don't. Rough. The kids are the future, man. You can't ruin their like joy, their first show. Like that's so sad. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, especially a vendor too. Like it's not even just like a random person who he traded with. It's a literal vendor who's there like on behalf.
He knows the price of the card too. Right. That's what pisses me off the most. Is like this dude like literally just just fleeced the shit out of this kid. And I was like, who does that? Like, oh, it's just like, yeah, it really pissed me off. And I had to, I had to do something. Like, I couldn't do
Yeah.
nothing, basically, is where I was at.
Yeah.
And yeah, I also like rage took over with peace and love, you know.
All right. Well, I think we could probably wrap it up here.
Let's go. Hell yeah, brother. We'll do easy.
I appreciate you, Thrifty. Thank you very much for stopping by and chatting with me tonight. And thank everyone in chat
Thanks for hanging
for
out, boys.
chatting too. Tomorrow will be the last day. Thrifty, before I cover any housekeeping stuff, can you let people know where to support you, where they can find you, all that good stuff?
See. You can hit me up on Instagram. I have Japanese singles, some English singles. I'll be posting a bunch of stuff on my story like this week and a bunch of stuff on eBay too. So you can find me thrifty_TCG, I think, pretty much everywhere. And I might be doing a MetaZoo box opening with Basic and Ivy this week. Maybe.
That's awesome.
We might bring back the chill and chill for a one night only
Nice.
MetaZoo chill session. You know, the homies are back, and so yeah, I gotta open some. I haven't opened
Very
it.
cool. Okay.
Yep.
Tomorrow's the last day of the 30 days, 30 chats.
Oh,
I'll be doing something special, something cool. So I hope to see you guys there. I will start at 8 p.m. and it will be the final day. So
let's go.
thank you very much, Thrifty, for being a part of it and coming by tonight. And we'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.